everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we're doing a very colorful look and I'm so pleased with how this turned out because I had something in my mind but I didn't know for sure what I wanted to do. I just, played with colors and yeah, it developed like this. I used the palette from BH Cosmetics with Marvin the Magnificent and yeah, you're going to see how the palette performed, how this look turned out to be like this if you stay tuned. I'm usually starting with the eyes, but I'm going to show you first a step that I don't usually film. I'm balming, so to say. I'm using a lip balm from Neutrogena, which is my favorite. And now let's move on to the eyes as usual. So I'm going to prime my eyelids first with a primer from MAC, which is in the shade medium, and then I'm going to set that with a powder, also from MAC, the Studio Fix one in NC20. And now for the eye look, I'm going to take from BH Cosmetics in collaboration with Marvin Magnificent, the palette they did. And this is a 13 color eyeshadow and highlighter palette. And first I'm taking a eyeshadow that's going to be my crease eyeshadow, my transition one, which is called Flodder. And I apply that with a fluffy crease brush from Zoeva. And now as a lid color, I'm using first as a base a long-lasting eye pencil, which is from Essence, and this is in I Have a Green. I'm building up the color slowly, as I usually do, because I don't want to press too much into the skin, this pencil, because if I mess up, then it's going to stay like that. So I'm doing like a cut crease with it slowly, and then I'm taking from the palette on top of that the green, which is called Mona or Moana. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this. And then on the outer corner, I'm going to put Spray Tan, which is a matte eyeshadow, and it's exactly what the name says, like a spray tan, like a very deep tan. With this eyeshadow, I'm going to pull the eyes upwards. I'm going to create that very elongated look, cat eyeish look. This is a time where I really like to perfect my eye look. I like to take my time for, applying, then blending, applying again, and then blending again. Deepen up the color on the outer corners and blend really well the edges. By the way, for the outer corners, I used Savage, which is a even darker brown, and that just is going to give more dimension to the whole eye look. If I have any fallout, I can wipe it away and then just move on with my next step, and that's why I always like to start with the eyes. I liked the eyeshadows in general. I think they are very pigmented, they have lots of fallout, but the pigmentation is good. Now I'm doing a liner and a flick, so I'm using a Too Faced Bulletproof 24-hour shadow liner. This is in Purple Rain. And I can afford to be a bit sloppy, but not really, not very. I am trying not to make too many mistakes because this is like an eyeshadow stick. So the tip of it is not very pointy. It's more like a giant eyeshadow stick. So this is why I said I could afford some small mistakes, because I'm going on top of that liner with this eyeshadow, which is called Bahamas, and also over the crease line. I'm going over the crease line because I want it to be very crisp and evidently there. This is a pigmented eyeshadow, but it has fallout. That's what you should know. And also this is a kind of shimmery eyeshadow, but as I dipped into the pan, it kind of lost that intensity. It became matter somehow, it's like the shimmerness is just on the surface. And when doing this crisp line, always look straight into the mirror and follow kind of your crease line but slightly above it, and that's the right place to place it. For the lashes, I'm going to use now from Youngblood's Outrageous Lashes Mineral Lengthening Mascara. I had to read this from the packaging because it's a long name, but this is a beautiful mascara. It really gives you those long thick lashes. Now for even more drama on the lashes, I'm going to use In Vogue eyelashes, which are in the style #22, and I'm applying them as I usually do. I first curl them and then apply them. And just for now, I'm finished with the eyes. I am moving on to my base and applying a face primer, which is the Master Primer from Maybelline, and then buffing this into my skin with a dual-ended brush, which is from Artgenist, and one end is for foundation, the other one for concealer. By the way, foundation, this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation in the shade Sand. And I'm pretty sure that I did have this foundation at some point, like a few years ago, like many years ago. But I don't really remember how this performed, and I did use it on a friend because she had it on her wedding day and it looked amazing. Everyone complimented her on her skin and it was flawless. Now I'm using this concealer, the Pro concealer from LA Girl in the shade Medium, and I do have the lightest shade they do, the Porcelain one. But I didn't put it on my face today. I could have put it slightly above this one for a more intense brightening effect. I honestly really do like this concealer, and it's affordable, and it has a formula that's not, really drying underneath the eyes, and that's a plus in my book. Now I'm setting all my work, and I'm not using too much powder because this powder is very concentrated, very pigmented, and it has lots of coverage. So if you don't like that powdery look, then put less. For bronze, I'm using an old one I discovered in my kit, and I maybe have to throw this away because I have it for quite some time, but I love it. I didn't have any problems afterwards, and I do love the color. It's like a neutral one, and I could also contour my nose with it because it's not very orangey and it's also not very grey, like at all. And if you followed me for a while, you also know that I like to contour my nose with only a neutral color that's not orangey or grey. But let's move on now. I'm going to put highlighter on my face with a Femme brush from Ziva, and I'm using the two lighter colors from the palette. I have to say, this was so glittery. Oh my god. Those two highlighters are beautiful on the inner corners and on the arch of my brow bone, but not on the face. This highlights every single detail of your skin, every lump and bump and texture of your skin. It's going to be emphasized. So I don't hate it, but the thing is, I had glitter all over my face, and I have now glitter all over the palette. All the eyeshadows, the matte ones, are full with glitter. You might have seen, of course you have, but I was babbling away. I did sculpt my cheekbones with Sculpt from MAC, and now I'm doing my brows with a combination of two brow shadows, which are from the Pro palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the brush I'm using here is an angled one from Real Techniques. Now I'm highlighting the inner corners of my eyes, the tear dot area, with the highlighter from the palette, which is called Sheesh. It's the lightest one, and the brush I was using there was a bullet one from Ziva. And now I'm putting underneath the eyes as well the Flodder eyeshadow and the Spray Tan to intensify a bit more the look. Then to coat my lower lashes, I'm going to use the same mascara from Youngblood because I loved it for the top lashes. And in the waterline goes a gel eyeliner, which is waterproof from Manhattan in the Nude, it's called. And then for tight lining, I'm using its Broader, which is the gel eyeliner in the shade Earl Grey. The lips, I'm going to line and outline because, let's be serious here, I need to outline a bit. I'm using the Essence Long Lasting Lip Liner in Sweetheart, and I'm also filling in my lips with it. And on top comes a liquid lipstick from L'Oreal, which is called 109 Blossoming Berry. So darlings, I really hope you like the look as always, and in general my looks, the tutorials I'm doing. And if you do like them, please don't forget to thumbs up and also subscribe here to my channel and follow me on social media. I am on Instagram, on Facebook and on VERO. I'm gonna catch you in my next tutorial. Bye!